Hey guys, welcome back to my Sunday From. So today I have a mukbang. I just got back from the store and I bought this kit. It's a Caesar kit, so I'll be assembling that. I'll show you when I'm done. And I also got these oatmeal cookies. I haven't tried them yet. They look delish. And I have a sugar-free soda, 0 cal. And so I just got back and I got a sale. Was this $1.90 for this kit? And these cookies were like, they're like $1, maybe less than $1.50. And then of course I bought the $2 liter of soda. But I'm gonna have this Coke right now. I'm just gonna assemble this. What do you call it? Salad kit. But yeah, I just went to the store and came back, and I was checking up on those cases that I've been interested in. And so I was thinking, like, well, there's not really much of an update. And I kind of wanted to do mukbang anyway. So here we are. And I do have court date set for Nieves. Is going to be looks like April 9th. And Mackie is April 11th. So they have separate court dates. And well, I guess that's fair, right? Because they were putting them together and they're a couple. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was disgusting that they're over here doing PDA and stuff. Well, they're free, right? Like, they can do that at home. And, you know, they took the life of a couple. Like, it's just weird. And then I just find it interesting that that's 3 couples, right? But that one woman was seeing those 2 cousins behind those other 2 girls. So if you think about it, that's kind of wild. That's really wild. Like, she was really outside. But, you know, who's to judge her? They obviously judged her really, you know, they judged her to death. So, I don't know. I don't know how I would feel about the whole situation. I just think, like, wow, you already had a girlfriend, Stephen Brown. You know, Amanda Wallace, you already, you know, well, now she has them all to herself now, but, like, what's the point in, you know, taking a woman's life? You know, she was already living with somebody and, you know, trying to live her life. I don't get it. What's the point? Like, you can't handle situations that arise, you know, in nature. It's just strange. There has to be some sort of, you know, resolve here, because obviously, you know, they can't speak, you know, they can no longer speak from where they're at. And Malcolm Brown, you know, it's not like he wanted to share his girlfriend, but you never know. Maybe he didn't mind that cuckold scenario. Maybe to him it was like, well, I don't have to do much work, just half. So here is how I assembled it, and let's try it out. This is good. So I'm just trying to take it easy today. I was thinking maybe I should go out to eat or go shopping. there's so many things to do, you know, like how I spend my time. I think I really like to just impulsively do things, but I think how I spend my time right now, I'm putting all this thought into it. It's kind of scary, but I don't know. Like, like when I think about my future, I think about, you know, everybody that's gonna be in my future, and I think like every little thing that I do is gonna affect my future. And so, like today, I was thinking, man, I want to go hang out, be in the scene, and then I was like, well, maybe I should just stay home. So here we are, Mukbang City. Not one regret. I'm surprised like St. Patrick's Day turned into St. Patrick's Week. I can't say it was pretty tame because usually it's like everybody like gets really drunk, something happens in the road, and everyone calls it a day. But this time, I think, oh, I got this sliced cheese. I don't know why. This time, it was like everything was fine. And so they made the whole week of it. And it's really cute. Like, everybody has decorations, they're all dressed up, they're all into like their religious beliefs, and we're learning about St. Patrick, and it's kind of nice. Usually I go to the festivals and the fairs and concerts, get dressed up, they play music, eat, drink. Um, so it's really nice to see people, you know, appreciating heritage and cultural events for a week. Like, this is nice. Um, they always told us when I was little that people would forget all the culture and heritage. And to this day, I hear people saying that it's not important. Like, it has such little importance today in the world, in society. Hmm. I don't know. Like, I think it's whatever you want important in your life is important. Whatever identifies, you know, the people that, you know, the tribe that you come from. you know, it's like a little bit of your own identity. Like, like, you know, I don't think anybody can forget the big top tribes of the world, but we all came from somewhere. You know, you don't have to like exactly be represented, but you can't just be forgotten. I mean, when you think about it, like, who are we? When you start forgetting who you are, I think you start doubting yourself. Think of where your ancestors came from, what they overcame. And sometimes, if you're lucky enough to have tradition, which is what I'm talking to here, then you're lucky enough to have a history. Even if it's just oral history, it's still the ways of life that preserved, the livelihood, um, the cultural enrichment, the ways of life, the things that they did to preserve literal life um, in their village. Ways that put your mind somewhere that empowers you. Excuse me. Um, it kind of empowers you. And this is, I guess, it's kind of like things that can get you to think on another level. If you can think higher than where you're expected to be, then you're gonna get somewhere. Mm-hmm. If you can think further in the future than your enemy, you'll have a future. Mm-hmm. Like preparedness, if you can plan ahead, you know, and consider all aspects of things that people have been through, things that haven't been instilled in you and taught, generational wealth. It's invaluable. That's why we look to our past. That's why we look to our heritage and culture and traditions, because these are things that we do around, the calendar. We just go in this vicious circle of work, dropping blood, sweat, and tears along the way so we can preserve our descendancy, our bloodline, our legacy. How is that not important? Because I'm going to be a part of that in the future. How is that not important? I think it's more valuable than currency at this point. And a lot of times, people look to my people and say, well, how did you guys make it? We didn't make it by you know, knocking down sandcastles, I'll tell you that. We didn't make it by, you know, destroying traditions of other tribes. We didn't do it by, you know, burning dreams in real time. You know, I think we certainly didn't do it by not preserving our heritage and culture. If I told you I can hold a green bean seed in my hand and grow it within 30 minutes to a plant, you wouldn't believe me, but I can. So, yeah, maybe don't tear down, don't terrorize people that you don't understand. I think my preservation of my ancestry and my bloodline is none of your business. Should you choose to pursue, to continue to degrade where I'm from. I don't see it as a personal attack as much as I see it as ignorance. But, like I say, everybody's way of life is different. Um, and I choose to be one of those kind that say, if there's a will, there's a way. But I got the knowledge. I have degrees. I have, you know, I have a passion for continuing my traditions and heritage and culture. And so long as I have that knowledge, you know what I mean? I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. You could call me every name in the book. Mm, and you might hit on something, maybe. You probably won't, because I feel like I don't feel like it's a weapon at this point. I feel like it's probably where I'm from. Your last your last shot at, you know, it's a shot in the dark. It's a risk that you have to take because you feel threatened and vulnerable in front of people that show and prove every time they step out of their comfort zone that they will do as they say and please and continue striving and preserving a future, you know, for our community, you know. But most of all, you gotta remember who you are. You gotta carry that, carry how they say you carry yourself a certain way. Carry that in your heart, instill that in your soul. It's gonna reverberate in the energy that you give, because you know you don't want to drown out in the sea of cookie cutter jaded people and PCs. If you must stand out, great. You'll look the part. You'll be a leader. I don't want to be like everybody else. I don't think like everybody else. I don't move like everybody else. I don't operate like everybody else, and I never will. And I think a lot of times when you find that uniqueness in you, you know, that you're an individual, that you can only just be you, you'll find a power, a drive, a connection to the aura around you. And when you find out that aura around you is uniquely yours, then you will find the power to continue, to keep going, to keep on, to press on. And you'll be able to easily identify yourself apart from someone else. You know what I mean? Because you're a fighter. So, with that said, thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you guys soon on my Son Different. Bye bye.